start with sharing a small story with you, right? So I think a lot of people would relate to it. This is actually my story, right? So I'm, as you know, I'm crossing 40, and I was an close to obese person till the age of 35. And I had a weight of around 105 kgs, height of 5'10", and since my childhood, I used to eat a lot of junk stuff, sugary stuff, fried fritters, parathas, and everything, and I never cared for my health. And one fine day, I went for my medical test. I was diagnosed with fatty liver stage 2. Right, and since then, my doctor advised me to stop eating all, outside food, fried food, sweets. Since then, I started. So I too had a huge belly, right, and I started working out. I subscribed to a gym. I thought, let's see what happens, right? And as soon as I started, within three months, I started developing interest in, having healthy eating habits, right? So I stopped eating everything from outside: pizzas, burgers, parathas, sweets, right, ice creams. Everything was stopped, and started consuming a lot of healthy stuff, and it was almost 3 years I never ate out, right? And I was able to reduce almost 35 kgs in a span of 22 months, right? And then, that's my journey has been going on. This happened way back in 2018, and since then I've been maintaining my weight. Right now I'm struggling to actually increase my weight. I'm underweight right now. So I will share what I used to follow and how we can, reduce the belly fat. So, how many of you are overweight?
Hi, Sushant. I am overweight.
Okay. Vishal, you are?
I am also overweight.
Okay. Yeah. So, see, basically, most of us, even if we are eating healthy, right? Even if we think we are eating healthy, we still put on a lot of weight, right? Why does it happen?
Yes.
Probably, I think in last session we have shared that most of the energy comes from carbohydrates, right? So how many of you eat white rice quite often? Yeah, Neeraj?
Yeah, earlier I used to eat, but the moment I started the session with you, I've in fact currently not consuming any white rice.
Okay.
Few of the days in the afternoon I do consume brown rice, but no more white rice.
Okay, and what about Vishal?
Almost on a daily basis.
Okay. Okay, so basically what happens is, sorry, Sagrika, you were saying something?
Yeah, I do have, this is called semi-brown rice. It's like not completely brown rice, but yeah, it's mentioned as semi-brown. Okay. So now I am not sure if it is white rice or it's brown.
Okay. So what you?
I mean, it's good for us or not?
Yeah. So what we usually happen is basically when we eat out, when we, even if we are eating maybe biryani or rice, dal, vegetables outside, we generally have cooked, pressure cooker cooked white rice, right? Which spikes your sugar level, which is actually, very high, which is simple carbohydrate and which spikes your sugar level. So ideally when you eat all these stuff, right, you have to, immediately burn that, whatever you have eaten. Otherwise it converts into fat in your body, and that's how your belly fat start building. So it can be white rice, it can be sugar candies, it can be anything which is very simple carbohydrate, it can be sweets, right? It can be even chapatis, rotis, which we make is also simple carbohydrate, unless we are using a multigrain atta, right? So all these things actually build up. The idea is there there has to be a mix of workout and diet together. So ideally, you should not eat less. It should not be that if you are fat, you should start consuming less than what you consume. You should continue consuming in the right quantity, right? But you should burn that through a proper workout, exercise. So how many of you except Sanjay and Neeraj, how many of you work out at least 1 hour a day? Workout can be anything. It can be walking, it can be jogging, it can be doing any stuff.
I do yoga, Sushant. It's like 1.5 hours.
Okay. And so you are from Bangalore, right? So Shreya, what do you guys generally consume during afternoon?
Sushant, I'm from Chennai.
Okay, sorry, from Chennai. So what is your staple diet? What do you eat generally?
Of course, yes, rice, and we consume the red rice from Kerala.
Okay, that is even better than brown rice.
Yes, so we hail from Kerala, so we still have that tradition of buying that kind of food over here. And it's only just 1 cup of rice at the afternoon, and night it's definitely tiffin varieties that we prefer. And if it's chapati, it's definitely multigrain. That we so that's how it is. Of course, yes, for dosa and idli and all, it does come in a week. But more frequently, it's chapatis, and morning, if it's breakfast, if it's bread, then it's definitely wheat bread or brown bread, not the white bread.
Yeah. So thing is, even if we are eating, we think we are eating good food, homemade food. Even if just a second. Sakshi, your phone will. So even if we are eating white rice or white bread, all these are simple carbs. It's not that they are bad, but since they actually they are nothing but sugar, right? That converts into sugar directly, and your body consumes it very fast. So you essentially have to indulge into some sort of exercise or movement so that you burn that. Otherwise, the more you eat, right, body will start releasing more insulin, but whatever they can consume fine. Otherwise, it converts into fat, right? So first thing is obviously you should reduce the consumption of simple carbohydrates, right? Reduce having milk chocolates, having candies, having white rice, having white bread. Less consumption of roti made up of simple chakki atta, right? This is the most important aspect. So what we can eat. So it doesn't mean that you should not eat carbohydrates. So there are complex form of carbohydrate which you can consume. So it is not only brown rice. So anything, even if what we do is, I'll just share how we consume simple carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates. Even if you are making a paratha, you can use a simple atta. You can mix it with ragi or bajra or besan. So that it makes it, so adding anything related to fiber makes your, it converts your simple carbohydrate to complex. Like when you do so, you're actually, your body digests very slowly. So you feel more full during a larger period of time. So you don't feel like eating. So a lot of people would be eating white rice and then after 2 years they'll be thinking, I'm feeling hungry, I have to eat something, I have to consume something. Right? So if you start consuming a lot of complex carbohydrate, you will not feel like consuming at least for next 3 to 4 hours.
Sushant, sorry to disturb. Your voice is not very clear to me.
Okay.
Is it clear to the others?
Yeah, actually it is breaking a lot.
Breaking? Okay. Just a second. Let me check. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's clear now.
Yes, I can. It's clear.
Yeah. So I'm saying is, ideally we should have a lot of complex carbohydrate in our diet, which can be brown rice, as Shreya mentioned, red rice, right? You can have multigrain bread, even anything which is a mix of carb plus fiber is complex. You can consume that, right? And we have to, when you are in trying to burn your belly fat or extra fat, consume a lot of good fat, consume a lot of protein, consume a lot of fiber. Second thing, okay, how many of you drink hard drinks? Hello?
Yeah, if you say drink, yes, we drink. I drink, but then since September, I can count how many times I've done it. Maybe like 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
Before that, it was like once in a fortnight or so.
And what about Vishal?
I'm a beer lover, so possibly once in a week on a Sunday, I would take or possibly a 500 ml beer. That's it.
Anyone from females? Do you drink?
No.
Okay.
Sometimes it's occasionally.
Okay. So, so what harm alcohol does to our body? First thing is it is full of calories, right? So you put up a lot of calories. Second thing is it increases your appetite to eat more. So you'll feel like hungry when you drink, right? These are two aspects, and then probably it overall impacts your health. So when you are trying to burn the belly fat, you have to eliminate consumption of alcohol or beer or wine. Wine you can have in any case. But beer, alcohol, all sort of alcohols, you should stop consuming that and drink more of water, right? So probably even before you have your meal, have a lot of water so that your stomach is full and you don't consume as much as you want to, right? And even you can start replacing your tea and coffees with water. I know it's very difficult, but that is one way to keep yourself full, right? That's why we consume a lot of fiber, because the fiber actually fiber roughage makes your stomach full, right? So essentially you don't feel like eating something, right? So another thing is what I want to discuss is in terms of how many of you have ever done intermittent fasting?
Never.
Sanjay, you have been doing, right?
I have been doing.
Okay. So what
I have not done it.
Shreya, what was your purpose of doing intermittent fasting?
Maybe dad goes to pilgrimage trips, so and as a family itself do the fasting.
Okay.
And little stuffs, and of course, as per yoga, it's like once a week for cleansing purposes.
Yeah.
The toxins out of the body.
Okay. So I'll share the couple of variants of intermittent fasting which people generally do, and which is one best for your weight loss, right? So intermittent fasting is nothing but one portion of a day or one portion of a week you don't consume anything, right? That is in common terms. So what essentially people do, most of the people follow a 5:2 rule. So they will have less calorie diet for 5 days, and then rest 2 days they'll eat whatever they want to eat, right? This essentially is not a right strategy, because when you do that you start consuming junk, and you start building up that belly fat, right? So ideally what we recommend to our clients is I myself don't consume anything after 6 p.m. in the evening, although I don't want to burn any belly fat, but that's only for metabolism. So when you skip one meal in the day, right, you stop consuming after 6 p.m. because one is our rhythmic cycle is such that in the evening we don't indulge in a lot of work. We actually come back from office and we need to take a rest. So we don't need that much energy, to spend. So basically we don't eat anything after 6 p.m. You stop consuming, carbohydrates. So your body gets that signal and start using fat to generate energy. So in that case, you start burning fat. That is a very, very a sound way of when you are, burning belly fat. Whatever, even if you want to consume something, you can have a lot of fiber. You can have salads. You can even have water, right? But avoid having anything, maybe carbohydrates or rice or roti, right, or bread, anything after sunset. That's a basic people follow. So Anyone has questions on this?
No, Sushant, it's clear.
What about Sagrika?
Yes, I also follow the same thing, but it's not 6 o'clock. But I reach home by 7:30.
Okay.
So I make sure that I finish my dinner or whatever I have by 7:30.
Okay. So okay, fine. And Vishal?
Shashank, wherever I've tried eating my dinner early, around 9 is an early for me. I still get a lot of hunger pranks around 12:30. Usually I go to sleep by 1.
Okay.
So I would end up eating something like a bread or something of that sort at that time. So
what do
that
you
is
have
one
for
thing
dinner?
that I face.
What do you eat at 9 p.m.?
A roti, vegetables, roti or non-veg, let's say chicken or something.
Okay. So that is the reason. That's what I was sharing. When you have roti or bread or something like that, it increases your hunger because that's a simple carbohydrate you have consumed. It has converted into sugar. It has been, moved to your fat cells in the body. You're building fat and then you don't do anything. So probably that increases your weight as well, right? So I'll share one of the most important thing which we'll discuss now is whatever you eat, right? It has to be supplemented by some sort of exercise. So there are two things which I would like to share. One is obviously if someone has an habit of closing the day by 8 p.m., he or she should sleep by 9:30, get up by 4:35, have a workout of 1 hour in the morning, right? If you follow that 1 hour workout exercise is enough for you, to maintain that balance. So your diet should be a lot of nutrient rich, not calorie rich, right? So you can have an average of in a daily 1700 to 2000 calories, right? And similarly you can burn more than that easily even if you are doing 1 hour workout and then you're going to office, you're moving here and there, so all these things help to burn more than what you eat. So that is something you should keep in mind, and try to reduce your consumption of anything which is related to carbohydrate in the evening, right? Have more of fiber, more of protein, more of fat, but fat, less of carbohydrates. So that should be the correct way of going about it, right? Obviously, for people like Vishal, probably you need to restructure your diet. You need to relook at what you eat, right? Probably that we can connect directly on that, right? But I'll open the discussion now for questions if anyone has questions.
Yeah, Sushant, I have some questions. It's like Neeraj might have shared with you. I'm suffering from sleep risk. So as of now, I'm unable to, do much of walking also. Okay. So in this case, do you suggest to continue with some exercise, or it's like first I should take care of this and then later on I start exercise?
So help me understand, what is your usual day like? What do you do how do you start your morning? What do you do?
Okay, early morning, it's like I get up around 6:30, and yeah, I get ready because we have to reach office by 8:30. So I start for office around 7:30. So 1 hour is required to get ready and all. In these days, I don't do any exercise because of this backache.
Okay.
And yeah, then the office. Yeah, I think one thing I make sure that in every 1.5 an hour, I get up from my seat and stretch.
Okay.
Stretches. That is the one thing that I'm doing now. And in the food thing is like I have salads during lunch. In between 10 to 12, I have little flax seeds. And morning is like milk and egg white.
Okay.
This is my first half goes this way. Evening is like some dal or one chapati with sabzi, or sometimes with chicken. That's it.
Okay.
and I sleep around by 10:30 or 11.
Okay, so see, for I think slip disc is something which I think right now you should not indulge in any workout as such, but there are a lot of physical activity which you can do without deliberately doing some workout, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you can walk at small intervals, even if not for a longer period of time, probably you should do so. Instead of, if you are getting every 1 hour from your seat, probably walk for some time, right?
Okay.
If you are at home, you want to buy grocery, go by walking and buy it. If that I don't know what is the current situation of your back. So probably if you
Oh,
can
my
share your.
situation is literally bad. It's like I cannot walk for 3 minutes also. It starts paining.
So what we can do
And this is.
You can share your report with
And
us.
this.
We'll discuss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can discuss how because as far as I understand, it is not the right time for you to get indulged into workout, but obviously you need to relook at your diet, because if that is the case, try to have a lot of fiber stuff in your diet, less of carbohydrate, more of fiber, because that will keep you filling, that will provide all nutrients, right? You will not be nutrient deficient, which is really required when you are not well, right? And then if you start consuming a lot of carbohydrates, since you are not in a position to do some workout, so you may not be able to, that your weight will keep on increasing, right? And once weight increases, it will attract a lot of other diseases also as well. So it can be diabetes, it can be hypertension, everything comes up, right? So ideally you should restructure. So probably I would suggest, if you can message me, privately, one-to-one, we can discuss on your diet.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So any questions, Sanjay, Shreya, Vikas, Vishal?
No questions till now.
Okay, Shreya, what about you?
No, Sushant, I have no questions.
Sushant, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
So as we have been following the diet for the last 3 months or 3.5 months now. So what I've observed is, as you know, I have a thyroxine deficit. I am suffering from that, and so the weight increase is very normal. If you don't work out and if you deviate from the diet for a long time, it immediately shoots up. So, as you know, we are following this thing of have the last meal before 7:30 or 7, right? So sometimes I may have not salad or the suggested thing, but something other than that, which is like not recommended, like only once a small cheat meal kind of thing, because I have this problem of craving when I come home.
Okay.
So that, but it it's like maybe once in a week or twice in a week, but it immediately shows up on the weighing scale. That's very irritating, actually. You follow the pattern for the whole week, and only once or twice a very brief deviation causes a immediate thing on the weighing scale. That's something which is, I'm not able to understand that.
Sanjay, what happens is, so again, every body operates in a very different, since you have thyroid, right? So your body is actually more sensitive, right? So even if you feel hungry after in the evening, night hours, probably there are a couple of things which you can consume, like you can have. So what I would recommend is you can have any food which is high in protein, high in fiber, right? At night, prevent having something grainy, maybe maybe roti, rice, or even.
No, I don't have. I've never had roti.
Yeah.
But some kind of a nutty
You can
snack or
add.
something. Then that too before 8 o'clock. Because you have suggested take fiber or a dalia or something like that before 7:30, but it is not that. Sometimes it is like you have some kind of a quick snack, not roti, but peanuts or all those things.
Instead of that, you can have again, you can have milk, you can have boiled eggs, right? Or what we can do is, in that case, we can increase one more meal before 7 p.m. We can break the meals, right? So instead of having maybe if you're consuming in the evening meal, you're consuming around 400 calories, we may break it to 200 and 200 into two separate meals.
Okay.
Right? So that you don't feel hungry and your craving is controlled in a control. Even if you have probably you can have milk, you can put honey into the milk, or you can even add small bit of oats also in the milk, right? Or you can have boiled eggs. 6 boiled eggs should be sufficient for you to control your cravings.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll try that.
Fruits also you can have, not a worry. But make sure that
fruits we generally have at around 4:30.
Yeah, so make sure whatever you have, right? Even it's fiber, there's a time difference of at least 1.5 hours before you sleep.
Right.
Right. So ideally, what happens is we can break the your diet schedule. If we are right now doing 5 meals, we will do it 6 meals. So that
and the good thing is, like, I don't have a craving like after 8. Like initially when we started, I had this habit of eating at 8:30 or 9. Also like a full chapati meal and all. But that is stopped. But my problem is only even if when we have the cheat meal on Monday, so it adds immediately to the weight. That is where the problem is.
Okay. And how much water you are consuming? Are you consuming enough water?
No, last 1 week that has been deficient.
So what I would suggest,
or even during travel, it is deficient. Even during travel.
So do one thing. Increase. At least you should have 8 to 10 glass of water every day.
Right.
Right. Even if you're traveling, keep a reusable bottle with you. Right. And
that is always there.
What? Because as the Shreya also mentioned, it also helps in cleansing. Right. Water will help in cleaning all the detox, toxins in your body. It will help you detox, like we do in the morning, right? And it will also keep you full, so the cravings can be controlled. And then even if you really feel eating something once in a while, it's okay. You can consume it, and whatever weight is increases, it is customary. It is not stagnant. Yeah, because if suppose you are drinking less water, you are having something which has high salt content, it will put on your weight. Because that is water weight.
Correct.
Only thing is, just giving an example for everyone, if you consume something which is grainy, right, which has grains, refined grains, and then you sleep without, immediately after consuming, that's what we Indians do, right? We have a lot of roti and rice and then we sleep. If you do that, then probably it is a problem. Then the weight which will increase would be an increase in fat percentage of your body. Whatever you are doing right now, it's not an increase in fat percentage. It is just a customary, it may be a water weight.
Correct. Right. No, it fluctuates between 75 to 76.5. It just keeps fluctuating there.
Yeah, so ideally what I would say, Sanjay, try if you can have a last meal by 7 p.m., right? And because we need to, because that is one way your because I think how much waist you have reduced? 3 inches.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, so this all your fat has anyways gone, right? So these 3 inches all fat which has gone. Okay, so ideally try to have a last meal by 7. Even if once in a week you feel like consuming something, you can have that. Once it's fine, right? Sometimes if it's, as we discussed last week, Sanjay, if it's a weight loss plateau, then probably we'll have a cheat meal. Because your metabolism takes a hit, then probably you have to give your body a surprise, and then again, you come back to a normal diet. If we feel that is a weight loss plateau which is happening, probably we will do a one cheat meal.
The cheat meal is done on the weekend, as you suggested earlier also.
In fact, I will say the day which, because last 2 weeks the weekend has been, not a rest day, right? So the day you have, I would suggest the days which we are having leg days or maybe HIT days, right? Those days you can have a cheat meal.
Okay.
And on rest days have more of fiber, less of carbohydrates.
Right.
Yeah, so let's focus. I think that's something which we can discuss in detail, one-to-one after this session is over.
Okay.
Yeah. So apart from that, anyone has questions?
Sushant.
Yeah, Vishal.
With boiled egg, do you mean only egg white, or are you suggesting the full egg?
So if it's you're consuming in night, I will only suggest egg white, right? If you're having in the morning as breakfast, you can have, if it's 6 eggs, you can have 6 white, 1 yolk, because yolk has digestive enzymes, so it helps in digestion.
Okay.
Right? White portion of egg is whole protein. It is nothing else apart from protein. So I would in the morning, if you are having eggs, you should have only white, one yolk, right? And probably that will help you digest. And there are a lot of we are sharing on board a lot of recipes which have been handmade by me and my wife. But these are very rich in nutrients and proteins and wholesome diet. We recently shared a veg and oats omelette, which if you consume it's around 465 calories, right? And that makes you full, and that is full of nutrients. So you will not feel eating after that.
Sushant, your voice is breaking.
Yeah, so I'm saying there are a lot of hand-picked recipes which are made by me and my wife. So probably we have shared in the group as well. So these are which include the complex carb, fats, and protein. So if you follow that as well, you will not feel like have craving for eating something at least for 2 hours. Vishal?
I'm there.
Yeah. So focus that. Probably have less. Do not consume any carb during evening hours. Right. Yes, we can discuss over phone later on. Any other questions?
Sushant, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
It's more confusion kind.
Yeah.
There are certain fruits that can be eaten only before food, and there are certain ones that can be consumed after food. So if you can just share your opinion or your thoughts on that, it would be great.
See, I actually have a very different view on that. So fruits, anyways, you can. This is actually a misconception. There is some food you can eat before diet and after diet. There are a couple of fruits which you should avoid consuming at night, like watermelon, because we have to see the glycemic index of each fruit. If it's high, so it may be having high carb content. So, in my opinion, you can eat anything, any fruit at any point in time. You can even have apples during night, right? But there are a couple of fruits which I would not recommend to have at night, which have a high GI, right? So it doesn't get stored in your body. It actually moves. So I think this is a misconception which you may be having, but because we consume any fruit, and oranges or apple or even watermelon, I would not recommend you to consume during evening hours, but you can consume anytime in the afternoon, in the morning.
What about banana?
How about papaya?
Papaya you can have. Papaya is not an issue. Banana again. See, let's talk about banana. Okay, so banana. People think that it is high in sugar. It is not the case. It has a lot of vital minerals and vitamins. So banana also you can consume during evening. It should not be an issue, right? And probably because it has protein, it has fat, it has carb, it has minerals as well.
Okay.
Right. And if you really want to have an smoothie with banana, I can share a recipe which I usually consume every day. And I think I have shared with my clients. Probably I will share that in the group.
Okay.
Right. So it will be full of energy. It will be really tasty, and it will not increase your sugar levels.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions apart from that?
How about milk at night?
Yeah, milk you can have. You have milk, but try to have skim milk. For you, it's specifically, you don't have full cream milk.
Okay.
Or if you are not intolerant, prefer having soya milk.
Mm-hmm.
It's a plant based. Or else you can have Mother Dairy or Amul's single tone or double tone or skim milk.
Sushant, what about sugar? Adding sugar to the drinks? I mean,
I don't
maybe...
recommend that. I will give you a couple of alternatives to sugar. So, your body needs sugar. So there are different ways and means to consume sugar. So one is obviously fruits. Apple has sugar, banana has sugar, right? Even mango has sugar. Try to consume more of jaggery during winters, or dates. These are good alternative for sugar, because sugar is really refined, right? So it is nothing. You don't get any minerals or nutrients out of it. It is as good as candy.
Okay.
Right, and to basically for maintaining your waistline, reduce the consumption of sugar. So first thing is, if you take 1 spoon of sugar, start taking half spoon.
Okay.
Yeah. Sweets once in a while, it's okay, you can consume, right? Cake you can consume, but cake you can make in a lot of healthy stuff.
Okay.
Right. Like we shared, there was during Christmas we shared a cake which was made out of dates, suji, and made in olive oil, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was really healthy. There was no sugar in it, no desi ghee, and sugar combination is really bad. So no desi ghee, no sugar in it, right? No refined oil in it. So for taste, you can have dates, you can have jaggery, you can have fruits. Start by reducing the content of sugar in your tea and coffee.
Okay.
Yeah. Sugar, I would never recommend anyone.
Do you recommend sugar-free or those types of
No.
less sugar?
No, I don't recommend that. There is nothing called sugar. See, you have to understand. I had written a blog earlier on this. For instance, if someone says it is, sugar free, it doesn't have sugar, it doesn't have, salt, it doesn't have preservatives. So what they do is, instead of sugar, they'll put some other chemicals, right? It can be salt, it can be, some other form of sodium, which will actually harm your body. So there's nothing as such called sugar free. It will have some preservative, some sort of, sweet will be having. Right? So that sweet, again, there's a whole list of sweeteners which you should have, you should not have.
Okay.
I will reshare these blogs. I have written a blog on this. I will reshare that in the group.
And is there any particular time to have green tea?
Green tea you can have. Green tea is actually really good source of for weight loss, even for detox.
Okay.
It helps you, flush your unnecessary fat from your body and, the toxins which you have in your body.
Is there any particular time for consumption of green tea?
No, you can consume in the morning, you can consume in the evening as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And one more thing I would like to add is, if you guys, anyone have potato, consume potato, please reduce the consumption of potato, specifically if you are using in fritters, using in pakoras, or using in parathas. Please avoid that. You can have potato, maybe, boiled potato would be okay. Or if you want alternatives of potato, there are a lot of alternatives. You can have sweet potato, you can have, shalgam, you can have mooli. All these are best alternatives for potato, which provide the same nutrients which potato provides. Because potato is a simple carb.
Okay.
Yeah. Any more questions?
So Sushant, you're saying belly fat can be reduced by diet only, or
Diet
combination
and
of
workout both.
diet?
So see, whenever you consume,
How many days workout?
Yeah, it all depends on your weight, right? We would see. My idea is, if you are, I focus on reducing 2.5 kgs per month. That's the sustainable weight loss, right? You should focus on that. So ideally, start doing a deficit of 200 to 200 calories, and then increase it to 500 calories.
Right.
Right. So diet will
a lot of people remain under the impression that when you had a blog shared on some time back on keto and intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
And I find a lot of people and different groups doing fasting only and expecting the weight to reduce. Maybe some are lucky enough, but I really feel that it does not provide strength which is required on a day-to-day basis.
So thanks for asking this. So what happens is, when we do fat diets, when we start consuming less, or so what happens is your body gets accustomed to it. So when you consume less, you burn less, right? So your body adapts to burning less calories. Now you cannot continue having fat diets or fasting for your entire life. So at some point you will start turning on a mode of normal diet. When you do that, but you start consuming normal, but your body has a habit of burning less calories. So you will actually start putting on weight. So intermittent fasting doesn't mean that you have to consume less. It only means that you have to consume 60 to 70% of food in one particular window of time, and then at a particular, and one meal you can skip. But your body require whatever calories your body requires, you have to fulfill that. Fasting doesn't mean eating less. You have to consume. In fact, you can consume more by having foods which are less in calories, more in nutrients.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So consume more, but whatever you consume, your body gets calories, right? Even it's fats, carb, or protein, right? But you have to burn in some way or the other. So I would suggest at least 1 hour workout every day. You should do. It can be in any form. If someone is keen to going to a gym, it's fine. If someone is keen to working from home, or walk, or jogging, or yoga, right? Right. So probably that is something you should follow. Yeah. Any other questions?
So I wanted to share with everyone that both this combination, I have tested it out, because earlier, as I told you, I used to do long distance running. So 6K on an average daily basis. But then my diet was not correct. So again, it had no effect on my strength or my physique. And then when I did intermittent fasting, there was no workout. So it again resulted in the same thing. So it's definitely proven, and I've seen it. Both the things together is what gives you the best result. Right diet and workout.
Thanks, Sanjay. Anyone has questions? So for the benefit of all, I'll be sharing the recording of this webinar with everyone. Right?
Okay, Sushant.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, probably you can put in group. You can interact on group as well, or you can send me a direct message as well. That's not a problem. Yeah. Any questions, Sagrika?
No, I will share my reports with you.
Yeah.
And then you can guide me on diet and all.
Sure, we'll connect separately.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
For being part of this. Thanks.
Thanks, Sushant. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Sushant. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Sushal. Bye.